Welcome to Jornada del Muertos Stadium in Albuquerque, New Mexico, where tonight the 15-0 at home Albuquerque Adams will host the Houston Headhunters, a team that last season almost did the unthinkable, but came up just a bit short. A battle of 2-1 teams in the South, chasing Mexico City at the top of the standings. Alongside Charles Doherty, I'm Cameron Irvine, Ron Haynes, and Jermaine Smith in our stats truck tonight. Charles, an epic battle that will focus on Josh Slapp, the former Headhunter, playing now in the bright green and black.
They had two solid teams going head-to-head. Houston's on a 2-game winning streak coming in. Like you said, Albuquerque has never lost at home. You got two good rushing attacks for both teams, and also they're good on defense. So I think this is going to be close, and if it's not, I'm going to eat a garment.
I was wondering how long it would take our pregame festivities to enter the chat. They are here. We are here. Kick it. We are underway on the Monday Night Spectacular, and out of the back of the end zone. Do we have some wind here tonight, perhaps? Wow. That was Sammy Steele, who took out his aggression on the football, Charles, after last week his 94 made field goal streak was ended with a miss.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. He's a pretty reliable kicker.
Houston will get us started offensively. In the backfield, that is Tino Sosa, Josh Slapp's replacement, picks up 2 yards. The Houston offense includes John Lakeman, Tino Sosa, Baloo Scott in the backfield, Torneo Rivera at fullback, Toby Bonnets, Mike St. Green, DR Sim and Greg Corky at receiver, Daisy Peace at tight end. We'll get to the line in a moment. 2nd and 8, Lakeman is changing the play in this very loud stadium. The handoff goes to Baloo Scott. She shreds the defender, but only picked up 1 yard, got rid of William Patterson on that play.
Yeah, early in the game, what I'm seeing on that line is a lot of hitting, but what I'm surprised with 3 games into the season is Mike St. Green and DR Sim have not scored a touchdown, so maybe tonight will be the first.
Empty backfield for Lakeman, 5 wide, 4-man rush, fires down the field. That pass is incomplete. Greg Corky was the intended receiver, tight one-on-one coverage, but can't fault Lakeman for that read. 3 and out Houston, they'll have to punt.
I think both of these defenses have advantage coming in here. The offenses are going to have to show some type of wrinkle that the other team wasn't expecting to get a little bit of leverage tonight.
Cyrus Jive is the quarterback for Albuquerque. Jive in his 7th season in the SFL, his 3rd season with the Adams, as Finnemore gets the return up to the Headhunter 49. So already across the 50-yard line, Albuquerque on their opening drive. Josh Slapp, Jason Williams, and Justin Williams, the dynamic trio of backs that has helped Albuquerque to 198.7 rushing yards per game, 2nd in the league.
It's amazing. I mean, you just hand it off to either one of them, and they're going to get those yards.
Tough assignment for Houston. Albuquerque's going to start with a pass. Cyrus Jive caught to the 32-yard line, and you know who else is difficult to stop? Kay Marion, 6'6", 222, as dynamic as ever.
Yeah, perfect in-game rating as well. Excellent at running routes, and strong. It's a nightmare for any defensive back to cover, and the defensive backs for Houston are, they have a weight disadvantage going up against Marion.
Guy Incognito averaging 10 tackles a game with his first tackle on that last play. Jive will check it down to Josh Slapp. Slapp bowling over a defender and picking up 4 yards. Making the tackle for Houston was Al Ingram III. This Albuquerque Adams offense includes Cyrus Jive, Josh Slapp, Jason and Justin Williams, Kyle Finnemore, Clarence Lee, Kay Marion at receiver, Jack Wall at tight end, Queen Porter, Jerian Jones, and Leah Williams on the offensive line. 3 ladies on this Albuquerque offense as Jason Williams gets Albuquerque's first carry of the day to set up a 3rd and 3.
And just like that, though, they're knocking at the door, Cam, and this is a big 3rd and 3 for the Houston defense. They got to, kind of start dictating the terms there on the field.
Josh Slapp might be the ball carrier here. 8 kind of right on the line of scrimmage. They're going to throw again. Jive is going to go down. Loss of 5 yards on the play. Huge sack from Don Rohr, the rookie, as Albuquerque goes down in a heap.
And hear that rookie roar, third sack of the season. Just got completely past that offensive line, man. Missed blocking coverage, and Rohr took advantage of that and went straight to the quarterback and made him pay.
Sammy Steele going for the 45-yarder. Steele all-time 237 out of 245 field goals. Steele from right to left, bends that through. It's good. We have our first points of tonight's Monday Night Spectacular. They belong to ABQ, 3-0.
And that was a quick turnaround. I mean, Adams got the ball, and it seemed like 2 or 3 plays they put points on the board.
It was that throw to Marion that got him into scoring position, and then they didn't do much after that. Are you surprised, Charles, that Albuquerque kind of having a pass-first mentality to start the game?
I mean, like I said, I think a team that wins is, adds a couple new wrinkles that the other isn't expecting. I mean, it all comes down. This is basic, but it all comes down to the playbooks. I mean, both of these squads are loaded, from a skill set standpoint. So whoever has the best playbook is gonna stand up on this one.
John Lakeman in his sixth season in the league, he is 126 yards away from 16,000 yards in his career. Jive is 153 yards away from 17,000 on his career. So a couple milestones to watch tonight. Both of these players have had very comparable careers. As Lakeman drops back to pass, he'll fire down the middle. That pass is caught by Greg Corky. First down for the first time tonight for Houston.
Very decisive. Just took a couple steps back. Short drop back by Lakeman. Knew who to go to and just delivered a crisp pass in between the defenders, and we're looking at a first down.
How's our audio sounded at home, folks? We want to make sure that you are well taken care of out there watching the Monday Night Spectacular in Week 5. It was a phenomenal week across the league. 7 games worth highlighting this week. Just the one blowout as Vancouver continues to roll, but happy that you all are here watching what hopefully tonight will be just as a competitive game that is deflected away and incomplete second down.
I believe Napier was the one that tipped that away. I thought we were looking at a little more loft on that pass. Maybe we'd be looking at a different situation.
Second down and 10 for Houston. Lakeman starts 1 for 3, empty 5 wide. For the Headhunters, they will send Tino Sosa in motion as the blitzer appears to be coming off that side. Albuquerque does not send pressure. Actually, they send it from the opposite side, and the pass intended for Corky again is incomplete. Broken up again by Jack Napier. Omar Bryant Jr. was also in the area, third down.
Yeah, the secondary so far early in this game of the Adams is playing really tight on the wide receiver squad for Houston.
And Houston managed to flip the field on the Adams. To try to put a consistent drive together. James drops into the flat, and that pass is caught. That is hauled in by the rookie, Toby Bonnet. How about the rookies early on for Houston in this game?
Definitely. And how about that offensive line for the Headhunters, just doing perfect execution on that rollout and giving a real soft and deep pocket for Lakeman just to survey the field and hit that strike.
Britt Gorski, Barry Simeon, Scott Calvin, Sarah Bergens, and Emmanuel Petrilla on that offensive line for the Houston Headhunters. They will go back to the ground. This is Baloo Scott, has some open running lanes and picks up 6.
A nice disciplined run there by Baloo Scott. Just knew it was off tackle, obviously. Saw a couple options, but just stayed on the route and got a good gain.
Under 6 to play in the opening quarter. Houston's moving the football, 3-0. Albuquerque has the lead on their opening drive that didn't go all that far. Rivera is going to pick up the first down on the fullback dive to the Albuquerque 35.
And nothing wrong with, as a former fullback, nothing wrong with handing off the ball to the fullback. Rivera is one of the best in the league. 6'4", 245. He's been in the league for about 6 seasons, and he knows what to do when you give him the ball. He's going to make the most of it because he knows he's not going to get a lot of touches.
First down for Houston, their third of the drive. They go draw play to Sosa, and Sosa is wrapped up by Keenan Samuels. The rest of this Albuquerque Adams defense includes Chris Porter, Leo Jefferson, Neil Rivers, and Joshua Williams on the line. Seth Berlin, Saeed Gore, Keenan Samuels, and William Patterson at linebacker. Amar Bryant Jr., Daniel Valentine, TJ Frosty, Jack Napier, and Bryant James in the secondary. Sammy Steele and Ken Miller are a part of the special teams. This is an overthrow from Lakeman looking for Bonnet's 3rd and 11.
Yeah, just good coverage downfield. I mean, Lakeman tried to put it just on the edge there to see if the wide receiver had a chance, but overall good coverage by Albuquerque.
3rd and long. Headhunters have converted 2 third downs already on the drive. Albuquerque sending 6, and that pass is overthrown. Had Greg Corky one-on-one, but Lakeman a little bit rushed by the Albuquerque pressure. That will end the drive, and I think they're going to have to punt.
Yeah, definitely. And they, like you said, they put some pressure on, and Lakeman had to go through his reads quickly, get rid of that ball quickly, and it wasn't the best situation. That play was just... the impact of that pass rush was plain on the field.
Can they pin the Adams inside the 10? They will not, but got him at about the 12. So that's Albuquerque certainly will not have as good a starting field position this go-around. The Houston Headhunter defense includes Mac Dre, Don Rohr, Alex Dominguez, and Anthony Stover on the line. Jason Peace, Garrett Evans, Juan Mississippi, and Blake Craze at linebacker. Dustin Sakasi, John Barnhart, Kai Cash, Guy Incognito, Al Ingram III, and Chris Henry all in the secondary. Sonny J is their kicker. First down to the 12. Both of these rosters incredibly stacked as they chase Mexico City in the south. Kyle Finnemore with the catch. First down, Adams.
That was, Dive gave a absolutely perfect, accurate pass to Finnemore on that one. And interesting point here, Alex Dominguez, Hall of Famer, has not had a sack this season. And last game, neither defenses have had a sack, so I guess that would be a good Vegas bet which team's going to get the first sack tonight.
Yeah, let us know in the chat as Jive fires it to Jack, looking for Jack Wall, and that pass is incomplete. Jack Wall, so far this season, just 7 catches in 3 games. They have struggled to get that connection going.
And he's kind of like a Swiss Army knife out there. I mean, he's kind of built as a combo wide receiver, tight end, great route runner, but he's big and strong, and I'm surprised he's not getting more touches.
Second down, another throw from Jive. Fires, that is a one-handed catch from K. Marion. Reach for the sky.
That was, I'm not sure what that was, but yes,
Toy
reach
Story
for the
reference.
sky. Great. That was a very great catch there by Marion.
You don't watch Toy Story?
Yeah, but I wasn't thinking Toy Story. I was thinking about used car dealer ad on TV.
Toss in the backfield. Cut down. One Mississippi. Dumps him in the river. 4th and 1.
Yeah, great read by Juan Mississippi. I mean, he's been solid throughout the entire season here for the Headhunters. I mean, he does not make many mistakes, and you go down his lane, he's going to make you pay.
Punt is away for Albuquerque. And Houston's up to the 19-yard line. Oh, Mike St. Grain, excuse me, up to the 32-yard line, taking out that cruise aggression.
That's right. Cruise aggression.
The lines for food are too
no more
long.
Umbrella drink for me.
Boom. Too much family time. Whack.
I'm tired of buffets.
The meat's too cold.
Angry.
First down at the 32-yard line. Empty backfield for Lakeman. Sometimes the pauses you hear from me on the broadcast are just me trying to think of how I'm going to make Charles laugh next. 1st and 10 at the 32. 3:16 to go in the first quarter. Lakeman will drop the fire. This time a clean pocket, and open down the field is D.R. Sim. First down into Albuquerque territory.
I mean, obviously what stands out is the great pass by Lakeman to Sim, but look at that offensive line. I mean, holy smokes. That is textbook pass blocking right there.
Hat on a hat. Lakeman, 61 passing yards in the early going of this game. Houston surprisingly outgaining Albuquerque, and Josh Slapp, through the first 7 minutes of this game, has 1 carry for no yards. Trips off the right side. Lakeman on a draw. This is Sosa getting nothing. Quickly wrapped up by big number 55, Chris Porter.
He is big, definitely big. 6'5", 270. He is nimble on his feet as well. He makes quick adjustments and is able to close that gap and bring the runner down.
Lakeman again with a clean pocket. Sim inside the 10, down to the 8-yard line. The offensive line for Houston has been their MVP of the first quarter.
And I mean, that's the first where it starts, but Lakeman is just delivering dots all night. Look at that, right in the... Sim doesn't even have to reach his arms out. He just puts his hand there like he's carrying a loaf of bread to the table.
When Lakeman has had pressure barreling down on him, he has not gotten off accurate throws. When he has not had pressure, he has been as good of a quarterback as you can be. First and goal at the 8-yard line. Lakeman going to throw again. They keep it in his hands. He's going to have to scramble off to the right. Resets his feet. Touchdown, Toby Bonnets. Houston takes the lead.
Second touchdown of the season for Toby Bonnets. And another example of that offensive line by the Headhunters. Again, I don't want to take anything away from Lakeman's pass, but, man, it doesn't happen if that offensive line isn't just, building a brick wall.
Good route from Toby. That is that's a difficult throw to make happen because it's almost like he's running running to the opposite pylon, and that took a long time to develop.
That was a great drive by Houston. Oh my gosh, very impressive.
Sonny J's extra point is good, and that drive totaled 69 yards on 4 plays, 1 minute and 28 seconds off the clock. It was quick work. And now it puts the pressure back on the Adams.
Here we were talking about the running game for both teams, and it's been pass happy so far.
Little surprising, and Lakeman already at 100 yards. Had 566 through his first 3 games of the season. That was just 17th in the league coming into the night. That is Clarence Lee on the return. I mentioned Lakeman and Jive having similar careers. Jive, 7 seasons, Lakeman 6. Each of them has made an all-star appearance. Their completions all time are just separated by a couple hundred. The attempts separated by a couple hundred. The yards are very comparable. Lakeman has 85 touchdowns. Cyrus Jive has 91 touchdowns. So they've played pretty mirroring seasons so far, as the only difference for Lakeman is that he won Offensive Rookie of the Year in season 20. Jive dropping back to throw, will fire, incomplete, looking for Kyle Finnemore. That pass knocked away by Chris Henry.
That's the difference we're seeing between the two offenses. On Houston, you got some crisp passes, and you got that half-step separation on coverage, and we're kind of seeing a mix of that on the Albuquerque side, but I know they're looking to get a little bit more crisper on their execution.
2nd and 10, Albuquerque trying a little bit of pass first here so far tonight. 6 passes, just 2 runs, as Jive drops to throw, fires, caught by Jack Wall, picking up 8 yards, 3rd and 2.
Anytime you get the tight end involved, it's a good thing. And Jack Wall is one of the best tight ends in the league. I mean, he's, like you said, I don't want to say underutilized, but just hasn't got a lot of touches. And the more he gets involved in the game, I think the better for Albuquerque.
Marion, 18 receptions this season. The rest of the team, 19 combined. Coming into the game, and Josh Slapp on 3rd down on his 2nd carry. That's the 2nd time tonight he's gotten a 3rd and short carry, gotten nothing. They'll have to punt.
Yep, and outside linebacker Garrett Evans shut it down. 3rd tackle for a loss so far this season, and now I'm going to say red-hot Houston offense is getting the ball back.
Josh Slapp averaging 6.3 yards a carry. Coming in, Mike St. Green on the punt return, breaking 2 tackles, and then ankle tackled by Samuels at the 37-yard line.
That's awesome. Good return. Good field position there for John Lakeman to come out and lead the drive. And I think Mike Green just burned some cruise desserts and some Alaskan king crab legs on that run.
That was not my order. There's too many people in this pool.
Nobody ever gets out.
First down at the 37 for Houston. Trips off the left side, handoff. Sosa on a draw. It's been working.
Love it.
6-yard gain. Patterson on the tackle.
Yeah, I love it when a draw play is executed perfectly, like on that play.
Coming up to the end of the first quarter, 2nd down and 4. Houston has managed the pressure well here tonight, playing a very impressive style of football so far. We got a long way to go. Going to send Rivera in motion. Down to 8 on the first quarter clock. They'll hand it off to Ballou. Scott picks up a block. Scott first down to the 49-yard line behind Rivera.
The thing that stands out to me for Houston on offense is very solid playbook. I mean, DeMond's got to be happy what he's seeing on the field so far. They're mixing it up, a lot of touches across the board, and not just that, but they're executing.
7-3, Houston on top of Albuquerque. End of the first quarter of play. Charles Doherty here, along with yours truly, Cameron Irvine, Jermaine Smith, Ron Haynes in our stats truck, Tyler Falk, Mike O'Neill. Back in VFN Studios for halftime and postgame tonight. Breaking down this big South Division matchup. John Lakeman down the field. Caught in double coverage. That's the tight end, Daisy Peace.
What a great target there for Lakeman at 6'7". Daisy Peace right in the crowd. I mean, you can't say she was wide open. That was a very accurate pass by Lakeman. So impressive tonight.
6 of 11, 127 yards, a touchdown, no interceptions for Lakeman, and a lot of those incompletions were on early throws when Albuquerque was getting pressure. Not sending any pressure here, but Sosa off the right side is hit by Keenan Samuels after a gain of 2.
Yeah, the Albuquerque defense has got to do something, maybe some extra blitzes, whatever. Got to do something to upset the rhythm of Lakeman. So far, he's in his own zone.
9:06 to go in the first half. Headhunters up 7-3 on the Adams. Draw to Sosa, picking up 4. And you get the idea, Charles, that they were just working on this draw all week in practice.
Yeah. Hey, when it works, I love it. But, not bad there either. But they're in a pretty decent situation here on 3rd and 4.
Scott's going to come in on 3rd down. The lone back in the backfield. Peace off to the right-hand side. 3 receivers, 2 off the left. Albuquerque shifting around the defense. 3rd down and 4. Lakeman going to pass for it. John Lakeman's throw is batted away by Bryant James. Nobody really looked open there, and Houston will have to kick the field goal.
How did Bryant James see that ball? It looked like his back was at the quarterback the entire time. Did it hit him, or did he actually literally hit it down with his hands? I'm not sure.
Someone yelled "Garment," and he put his hands up, and
yes,
it worked out.
And he's like, "I'm not eating one."
36-yard field goal. Sonny J. He missed it. Oh, he missed a chip shot.
Oh my gosh. Cam, you put it out in the universe. You said it early in the game at the kicker for the Adams missed one, and you just had to say it, and it rolls over to Sonny J.
Sonny J's first miss of the season, 159 out of 167 in his career, just 8 misses up to that point. Albuquerque takes over at the 27-yard line. Jack Wall goes in motion as Albuquerque tries to take advantage of the miss. Clarence Lee is off that left side as well, playing tight end, and Mississippi dumps Jive into the river for a loss of 5.
Fifth sack of the season for Juan Mississippi. And so far, he is just dominating on defense. You got to keep the ball away from that man because he's going to make you pay.
Eddie Gage in the chat, more missed kicks in one SFL weekend than I can remember. I couldn't agree more. It has been an epidemic out here. Jive dropping a throw, fires deep ball. There is a flag. If that is on Kai Cash, I do not agree.
No.
We got to get another look at that. What in the world is this called? Did the contact happen prior? Oh, he's grabbing him.
Maybe it's the hand.
Yeah.
Yeah. Not really. No, come on now.
Oh, man. That's one of those phantom calls, Charles, where that one angle, it looked like he was holding on to him, and that's probably why he got flagged. But then we saw the other angle, he wasn't holding on to him at all.
I'm sure whoever threw the flag had a bad angle to it. And the way it looked at first, it looked like he was holding on to the jersey. But when you got a closer look, it's not even close.
Yeah, and you could see that flag as Slap gets the reception. That's his second of the game. That goes for 9. You can see the flag came from the sort of the opposite side of the field. And so, maybe the angle was bad. That's a tough break for the Headhunters.
Yeah, definitely a tough break. But, yeah, Houston's got to rise to the occasion. They've been playing pretty decent on defense so far.
Second down, 1 yard to go. The handoff goes to Jason Williams. He is not going to get the first down. That is another tackle there from Jason Peace. Third and short. This could be Josh Slap time again, but that's the only time he's gotten carries, and it has not been successful.
Well, I mean, he's I don't have a problem with them doing that, but you also have a pretty solid fullback in Justin Williams as well. You got plenty of options in that backfield.
3rd and 1. Handoff, Josh Slap.
Oh, wow.
This time he gets it. Finally, positive rushing yards for Josh Slap against his former team tonight, and Albuquerque moves the chains.
Not to be too picky, but he could have bounced outside and probably got another 5, but, overall, great blocking by Albuquerque.
6:40 to go in the first half. Houston protecting a 7-3 lead over the Adams. This time they do hand it off to the big fullback, Justin Williams, picking up 8.
That's amazing. I mean, that previous play, the run blocking, well, on this play as well, the run blocking was superb, but, man, the holes for that running back, you could have picked 2 or 3 of them and got a first down. 2nd and 2
coming up, 158 to 85 in total yards so far in the ball game. 6:13 to go in the first half. The handoff goes to Josh Slap. Slap's going to pick up a first down, break a tackle. He's in the open field. One man to catch him. That's Peace, but not until Albuquerque reaches the red zone. That is what we expected at a big 2-8 tonight.
Yep. And Albuquerque offense is heating up, and the easiest way to do that is just give that ball to Slap. He finds holes, and when you got great blocking like that, it's just only a matter of time before you break one off.
Under 6 to go. Field goals instead of touchdowns. The name of the game down here if you're a defense. Jive goes under center. Heavy look off the left. They run it right. Justin Williams down to the 10. Another 6-yard burst.
Yeah, very methodical drive here by Albuquerque. And, all phases of the offense so far has been clicking for Albuquerque.
This is play number 9 on the drive. Only Houston's 10-yard opening drive or second drive that ended in a punt was longer. 5:20 to go in the first half. Toss nearly red, and Slap is decked in the backfield. Houston all over that play.
It started with Juan Mississippi. He's on fire tonight, just almost shutting it down the backfield, but slowing up the runner just enough for, I think, Chris Henry shut it down after that.
Henry the hybrid, 3rd and 4. For Albuquerque.
It's like a children's story.
Diesel and electric, 3rd and 4. Jive, a heavy blitz. 1-on-1 check wall. Touchdown for the Adams. They retake the lead, and Wall's got touchdown number 2 this season.
What a play and what a pass by Jive. A reception by Jack Wall. Love it when you get that tight end involved. And why not? He's one of the best tight ends in the league. Great route run, threw it to where only he could catch it, and now we're looking at 6 on the board.
They manned up. That was Chris Henry's responsibility. One-on-one, Charles, and your best guy against my best guy. Albuquerque gets the win there.
And Jack Wall's got, against the linebackers, he's got a 4-inch advantage in height and about almost 15 pounds.
9 plays. Go ahead, Charles.
Oh, I'm just saying, when he's got some speed too to that, so he's definitely a threat downfield.
9 plays, 73-yard drive for Cyrus Jive. That's touchdown number 5 on the season. He was top 10 coming into the night. Now Houston has to respond. Greg Corky on the kick return up to the 26. 4:41 to go in the first half. Albuquerque gets the next counterpunch on Houston. The Headhunters can't let things spiral out of control, especially in this stadium.
I think Houston's got the recipe, what they need to do. It's just consistency and follow through on their drive. I mean, they've stalled out. They just need to take it all the way, and they know what to do. They've been successful. They know what works. They know what doesn't work. Just stick to what got you here.
Back to work, the Houston offense. Tino Sosa, 13 yards on 6 carries early. They stick with the draw. Sosa trying to push ahead and get 4 yards.
Yeah, Sosa's, he's got about 17 so far. He's touched it a bunch of times. I think we're just waiting eventually for either Sosa or Scott to get that big run tonight. The longest out of any of the running backs for Houston's been 7 yards.
Lakeman caught Sim first down as Albuquerque's Jack Napier brings up the tackle, but DR Sim, 73 yards on 3 catches tonight, on fire.
He's caught everything thrown to him, and I like the mix of run and pass for the Houston offense.
13 passes and 11 runs for Houston, 9 passes to 9 runs for Albuquerque. A very well played first half by both squads. Mike St. Green goes in motion. He's the lone receiver without a catch on this unit so far tonight. Lakeman dropping a throw, fires down the field.
Nice.
Corky wide open, took a shot from the Joker, but hangs on for the first down.
Yeah, not sure why he was so wide open. Maybe they just dropped back in deep zone coverage or a blitz, but man, you cannot leave Corky that wide open.
3.5 to go. Mark Lopez said it in the chat. He said Houston's going to respond. You heard it here first. Well, they're down to the Albuquerque 37.5-yard line. Another draw on first down. Sosa picking up 2. It's going to be very interesting in the second half what we see out of Houston on first down, Charles, when we, if any adjustments are made.
Oh yeah, I mean, both of these teams, they're so well coached. It's going to be exciting to see on the field here in the third quarter.
2 backs and 2 receivers for Lakeman. That's Rivera, the lone back in the backfield. Sim's going to make this a 3-by-1. Albuquerque's in his zone. And a nickel look as well, just outside of field goal range. 4-man rush. They dump it off to the big man. Rivera has a lot of space, and that is an impressive open field tackle by Daniel Valentine against the big fullback.
Yeah, I love it though. But you're looking at 3rd and 2. You send your receivers, mid to deep on routes, and you just dump it off to Rivera, and he, did a pretty dang good job of getting some positive yardage.
3rd down and 2 yards to go. Handoff, Sosa got the first down to the 25-yard line, and the drive is going to continue.
Yeah, they're hitting on all cylinders so far, Cam. Again, they gotta finish, but so far I like what I see.
First down. They stick with a draw. You bet. Handoff, Baloo Scott this time. Scott down to the 18-yard line and into the red zone. Over 200 first half yards on the road for Houston as we've hit the 2-minute warning. You're watching Season 25's Week 5 Monday Night Spectacular right here on the Virtual Football Network. Alongside Charles Dockney, I'm Cameron Irvine, Ron Haynes, Jermaine Smith in our stats truck. Tyler Falk and Mike O'Neill are back at VFN headquarters for halftime. We'll share with you what they have to discuss coming up here shortly as Sosa takes a toss to set up a 3rd down and 1. But I like what Houston's doing. They're starting to mix it up, Charles, and they're burning clock.
Yeah, but a nice reaction there by the cornerback Bryant and the safety Napier. That down to not a positive game.
3rd and 1, a monster 3rd down coming up. Both teams 2 for 5 on 3rd down so far. Sosa's got a 1st down inside the 10, dumped at the 8-yard line. 1:25 to go. Perfect execution so far from Houston, taking time off the clock.
It starts up front. I've been saying it all night. That offensive line for Houston, great blocking and great discipline by Sosa. I mean, wasn't a huge hole in that gap for him to get through. You know, most running backs would bounce out, but he just stuck to it and got through and got a great run.
Draw again. Scott down to the 3-yard line, and Houston will, I believe, burn a timeout here as now they're in risky territory, Charles, as they try to navigate inside the 5-yard line.
I think they know what to do. I mean, what they know what's got them to this point, and I think it's Sosa plays and Scott plays or Rivera.
2nd down and goal. St. Green going to go in motion. Houston trying to take the lead just before the half. Lakeman going to throw against a blitz. Goes around the right side. Oh, what a catch! DR Sim diving in the back of the end zone. Touchdown, Headhunters. They retake the lead.
Or Sim. I mean, I forgot to add that. I didn't have enough time. But hey, that's his first touchdown of the season. So we don't have to worry about Sim stepping up anymore. No, that was a great drive, and congratulations for DR Sims and his first touchdown of the season.
12th first down of the first half. Mark Lopez, yes, I did, just to confirm that Houston was the one that called the timeout. You're all over it tonight. 11 plays, 74-yard, 3-minute, 43-second drive. Houston 14, Albuquerque 10. And it's up to the Adams. 3 timeouts. Depends on what they get done on their first couple of plays, Charles, if we're going to see them get aggressive in the final 62 seconds.
Well, if they're going to get aggressive, it's either got to get Marion or Wall.
Fenimore, that looked like a face mask.
It did.
No call. Maybe a little bit of a makeup call for Houston.
They ripped the mask off and re-screwed it into the helmet, and the refs didn't see it.
Let's see another angle on this. Oh, yeah. The 2 guys.
Oh.
And that would have been a huge penalty because it would have moved it up to about the 45-yard line, but instead, Albuquerque back at their own 30. First and 10 at the 30 for the Adams, down by 4. Houston's played just about as good of a first half as you possibly can, especially in this stadium, averaging 6.4 yards a play. They'll just hand it off to the fullback, going nowhere fast. That is Justin Williams losing a yard.
Now they'll probably come out and pass. I just run it out and take it to the locker room, but we're probably going to see a pass here. I don't know. I could be wrong.
2nd down, 11. Out of the eye. Yeah, there it is. Jive against some pressure. Oh my gosh! Kyle Fenimore hit into next week from Chris Henry.
Yeah, that was angry. I mean, he hit him and put some stank into it.
It's not on my bingo card. When was the last time you said stank?
I don't know. This came out. It's like Tourette.
3rd and 11. Jive. Back to pass. Fires. Middle. Incomplete. And not only did Houston get the stop, they actually have time left on the clock here in the end of the first half.
Man. That was just outside of the reach by Jack Wall, the intended receiver on that play. Good downfield coverage by Houston.
Albuquerque will have to punt it away. At the 33-yard line and return up to the 36. The stun in my voice is not that Houston is competing with Albuquerque. It's that Houston is playing so well in this building. 15-0 all-time. Albuquerque is not lost here. It is well documented, and usually Albuquerque is blowing teams out at this point in this building.
It's all centered around Lakeman and that offensive line. Lakeman is just playing on fire so far.
Hand off to Sosa as Houston will run out the first half clock. Don't forget Tyler Falk and Mike O'Neill coming up on the Monday Night Spectacular halftime report. They will break down the first half from New Mexico. Plus, it's the first halftime show of the season. We have a lot of catching up to do. Tyler and Mike give their 2 surprise teams and 1 standout team through the first 5 weeks. It's all coming up on the MNS halftime report. Your halftime score: Houston 14, Albuquerque 10. Bit of a surprise. It's a Southern Division nail-biter. That is no surprise. Your first half thoughts, Charles?
It is 2 heavyweights, 2 well-coached teams, a 4-point game, and I just can't wait to see what kind of adjustments they do in the second half. First half, Lakeman has been, well, actually both quarterbacks have been very impressive, and the defense and offensive lines, I'm just going to give them credit across the board here because it's a pretty close game so far, and this is the kind of game we want to see on Monday night. 2 well-coached teams with stud players on both sides of the ball and just executing just the way their coaches want it to.
DR Sim gets your first half player of the half. 4 catches, 77 yards, and a touchdown. Your halftime report is coming up next. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
To the first Monday Night Spectacular halftime report of season 25. I am your host, at least for tonight, Tyler Falk. I'm joined by special co-host tonight, Mike O'Neill. Mike, how we doing?
Doing good, Tyler. Appreciate you guys having me on tonight, filling in for Chris, and really excited to be here. We got a heck of a game so far.
Yeah, absolutely. And of course, Cam did a really good job of breaking down what it really means for the Adams here at this point. Always winning at home, it would seem. You got to defend your home turf. They've always done a good job, but tonight seems a little bit different, but it's not out of the ordinary. Last time these 2 teams meet, it was only a margin of victory of only 6 points. So Houston knows how to play this team close, and Houston's doing a good job again tonight, currently with the lead.
Absolutely. And we look at like what Houston's doing on offense. You want to talk about well balanced. They're spreading the ball around, right? They got the fullback involved. They got both running backs involved. They're taking deep shots. They're being successful downfield. Lakeman right now 10 of 16, 62% for 169 yards. You really can't ask for much more out of a quarterback, and Houston's really doing everything right now, even with a missed field goal too.
And for me, the ground game is so important, and right now Houston's running game averaging or just their average game in general is doing really good, averaging 6.2 yards a play, which is really good for keeping your offense on schedule. They have about just under double the amount of total offensive yards that Albuquerque has, so Houston doing a good job in all facets of the game. But as we did mention, this is the first halftime show of the new season, and we're already a third of the way through it. And so we've got to recap on what's all happened, get our takes on what are the teams that have stood out to us? What are the teams that have been more of a surprise to us? So Mike, we'll start with you. Give us one of your 2 surprise teams for us.
So I hate this, but both my surprises are not necessarily standing out in a good way, kind of standing out in the opposite. So I hate to be the downer to start things off, Tyler, but first is Baltimore. I mean, look, this is a team that has been competitive at a very high level for a long, long time. They've only played 3 games, but through those first 3 games, Tyler, Jack Wigmore's thrown 2 touchdowns and 7 interceptions through the first 3 games. Now, I just before everybody says I'm railing on Baltimore, they have played Carolina, Mexico City, and Vancouver, so 3 really quality opponents. But in previous seasons, we would have looked at these 3 games and said that Baltimore could run the table on these easily. So that's got to be my first surprise team, Tyler.
Yeah, and I think the real thing with Baltimore too. Again, they've only played 3 games. Some of these teams have only played 3. Some have played 5. Baltimore's maybe gotten maybe the better end of the stick or the short end of the stick with their 2 buys, and so maybe that's why they're just struggling to get going. And a team that for some they wouldn't say a surprise, but for all the hype that they keep trying to churn out, for all the hope and the positive momentum, and I hate to say it, but even with the win versus Florida, LA is a surprisingly, an underperforming surprise for me. And yes, they've had a very tough stretch to begin their season, playing Charleston on the road, playing Arizona on the road, playing DC on the road, and losing all 3 games. And they haven't been able to take care of that. They do get Sin City and Lexington back at home in week 7 to 8, and so maybe there's a chance to get back into the a rhythm here before they take on Chicago in week 9. But for all the hype we keep getting out of Los Angeles, when is the broken record going to get fixed? It just not. You can only do something so much before it becomes insanity. And I think there really has to be some significant change in Los Angeles. And I don't think it's happened to this point. Mike, if you want to elaborate on that, go for it. If not, we'll hear your second.
No, I completely back what you're saying about LA. They came into the season with the change the narrative, agenda, and so far they've had a really tough start, with the opponents that they faced. But I do believe, and especially talking to Sully at the convention, I really do believe they're heading in the right direction. And I really think that we can expect some changes from LA. To go to my second surprise team, again, not trying to harp on anybody, Washington being 1-3 after a 10-2 season last season is very surprising. And it's not to say, that Washington is not good anymore or anything like that. They've played quality opponents, but that's a big surprise to me. Washington, I mean, going 10-2 in the SFL is a very, very tough thing to do, right? And for Washington to bounce back after that and be 1-3, that to me just seems like it's a big surprise, right? I'm not going to call it anything and try and say it's something that it's not right now, because Washington very well could run the table for the rest of this season. But 1-3 for Washington is a very big surprise to me.
I mean, it kind of almost seems gilded in a way with how they played last season, and then they came out winning in week 1 and just haven't really found that same spark, same energy. So again,
especially given their retention rate too, they kept a lot of the roster, right? There was no difference on there. So that's a big surprise to me, Tyler.
And maybe because they stay up the same roster, think, you know what, we'll just run it back. We'll try it again. Maybe other teams have looked at it and said, well, if you're going to try that, we know what to expect. And maybe that's what they're game planning for. Maybe that's why Washington is struggling. My second surprise is, I'm not, again, throwing a curveball. I'm going against my own limits here I put on myself as the host, but I'm going to go teams here. And me and you, Mike, we were talking in the back room here about parity. And for me, it's a surprise that only 7 of the SFL teams currently are in a winning record. There's a lot of 2-2 teams, a lot of teams at 500, and then you've got a lot of 1-win teams. And here's another good surprise: there are no teams that have not won a game this season. So whether or not you say that because of Nashville and Atlanta breaking apart and all those good players going to all different organizations, maybe that's why we have a good baseline of teams. But right now, it really seems that it's going to be tough going through it. Even though we're thinking, there's going to be more opportunity for maybe a 6-6 team to pop in. Maybe that might be the case, but we might see a lot more 6-6 teams make the postseason because of how tight everybody's playing each other on a week-to-week basis. So that's my second surprise. On to our standouts. Let's wrap this up here. Mike, your standout team and why?
Oh man, I hate to say it, but I got to go with Detroit. Detroit being 3-1 right now. And the only reason I'm saying this is the standout. Listen, we can talk about DC, Vancouver, right? Undefeated teams, but Detroit being 3-1 right now, even though they faced Lexington, Oklahoma City, Pitt, and Queen City, you still have to beat who's in front of you, right? 3-1 is impressive for a team that was known as the Indianapolis Ramblers as of last season. So if this were the Indianapolis Ramblers, we would all be looking at this saying they're 3-1. Like, it's a big jump. That's got to be a standout. Their defense is really, really locking things down. Sean Parent's got 9 sacks on the season. Unbelievable season for Sean Parent. He may be on pace for the best defensive lineman season we've seen in this era.
That's really good point there. And my former team in Indianapolis, now Detroit, the way that the organization has really changed gears and changed the culture over there in the Motor City, have done a phenomenal job of getting everybody back on track and getting with the program in a hurry. And for the first time saying it, taking a former championship moniker in Maulers, an homage maybe to Minnesota's history, bodes well, and they're honoring the name well, whether or not they chose to have that little bit of slice of history as part of their culture in there. But no matter what, breeds confidence. It breeds a very good currently winning culture over there in Detroit. My standout team, and we got to take a look at the top 2 teams in the league, DC and Vancouver. Both of those 2 teams are sitting at 4-0 after week 5 here, and I think the team that looks better and is playing currently better is Vancouver. Now, DC, like you said, Mike, got to play the teams in front of you. They haven't played currently their strength of schedule. They got combined maybe 2 wins against on them, and they've got seven more losses now. But the big thing for DC is they've played tight games. This is the 4th consecutive tight game where they've had a margin of victory of 7 or low, which means it's good. They're able to keep teams, in their kind of flavor. They love these small games. This is DC style of football. But when you look at Vancouver going on the road to Baltimore to open the season in the complete chaos that is week 1, then going to Arizona 2 weeks later and beating a very tough Eddie Gage-led squad, and then going to Chicago, taking that win, and then taking down LA here to end at the end of this week here in quite handily fashion. Vancouver, again, looks like the team to beat this season, just with their ability to take control of the game and not let it become close against teams that maybe or maybe not should be kept close. So for me, the standout winning team, unbeaten team, is currently Vancouver for me. That's all we've got time for here on the Halftime Show. For Mike O'Neill and myself, Tyler Falk, thanks for watching. We'll see you at the end of the game for post-game wrap-up. Houston currently leads 14-10 over the Albuquerque Atoms, and we shoot it back to Cameron Irvine for the rest of the football game. We'll take care.
Thanks.
Am I allowed to make any comments on the halftime show? Yes, I will. I've got it locked and loaded, my brother. Locked and loaded. Tee me up on it, though.
Welcome back to the second half. Speaking on the halftime report, it's funny, Charles, because I was muted, but you weren't. So everybody heard what you wanted to do to start the second half. So it's kind of a spoiler alert. But you don't know what I was going to say, folks. I think Tyler's gotten
a little. Checking to see if J.W. Hart was listening.
Tyler's gotten a little sun recently. I'm a little jealous.
I know, Mike. So I had 2 points. First of all, great halftime commentary. Hats off to Tyler and Mike. But 2 points. Tyler, SPF 40 or higher next time. And then Mike, your video. I've seen clearer video of the lunar landing than what I was watching of you.
You know, that's how they fudged that lunar landing.
Holy smokes.
That pass is incomplete to Kyle Finnemore. We are off the rails. Charles Doherty here with yours truly, Cameron Irvine, Ron Haynes, and Jermaine Smith in our stats truck. Tyler Falk and Mike O'Neill, we love you. We love to mess with you as well. Thanks for a great halftime report and really summarizing the first 5 weeks of what has been an epic season 25.
They killed it.
2nd and 10, Cyrus Jive dropping a throw, and he's going to take off and run. He's actually going to pick up a yard. Just one more note on the halftime report. I can't wait for Tyler and Mike to absolutely roast us in postgame. Don't go anywhere for that. I'm sure they're getting ready for it.
Let's see. Hey, I think this is pretty obvious, but both these quarterbacks tonight are playing great. So I think from a defensive standpoint, whoever can, kind of rock the world of the other quarterback is going to win tonight, because so far these defenses are kind of letting them, operate the way you don't want your quarterbacks to operate if you're a defensive coach.
Yeah, Jive on the overthrow there, and quickly Albuquerque goes 3 and out on their opening possession. And Houston's going to get the ball back with a 4-point lead, and you can start to feel this crowd getting just a little worried as St. Green on the return. There's a flag. Now, is this going to be face mask? Because it looked like he may have been. No, it's going to be blocking the back, and Houston's going backwards.
Yeah, I mean, outside of this penalty on the special teams, the defense for Houston, I mean, you couldn't ask for a better series for them to do 3 and out for make the Adams punt to him. I mean, that's like, if I was a defensive coach, I'd be, floating 5 feet off the ground. I mean, that's perfect.
Mike O'Neill said to you, Charles, I love y'all too, live from the moon, baby.
One step for man.
Okay, oh, sorry.
That was great. That was an excellent impression. 5 wide for John Lakeman, 1st and 10, and incomplete. Oh. Boy, that was tight coverage on Sim. Bang, bang, play, no call.
These defenses are fired up, man.
They are. I think both a little upset with how the offenses were able to move the ball pretty good in that first half.
There was probably some things thrown in both locker rooms.
2nd down and 10 at the 15-yard line following the clipping penalty for Houston. They'll hand it off to Tino Sosa, who didn't have any blocking outside, so figured might as well get upfield, picking up 3.
Let's see. I mean, this 3rd down, I know it's early in the second half, but this could show we're going to have a crazy second half here. Let's see what the defense can do.
Could it be back-to-back 3 and outs to start the ball game in the second half? 3rd and 7. Lakeman's pass is incomplete, and Bryant James once again gets his hands on a pass down the field intended for St. Green, 4th down.
With his eyes in the back of his head, his total body was facing the other direction. How do they do that, Cam? I do not know.
Garment. Use a code word. That's what I'm saying. Speechless. Sonny J punts it away.
Somebody don't know this joke.
Garrett Evans on the tackle. 1st down at the 46. No, I'm all right. Go. I'm good.
Right. So one of these offenses is going to have to show something. So far, the defense in this early in the second half, they're both defenses are winning.
First down at the Houston 46. This is great field position for Albuquerque. This is how they got the field goal on the opening drive of the first half. Starting inside the 50, they got one first down to K. Marion, and then they had to kick 3 plays later. Jive back to pass, looking for K, perhaps. Down the field, it's K. Marion at the 33-yard line. Boy, history does repeat itself.
You do that so well. Those passes across the middle, it just puts the ball perfectly where Marion only Marion can catch. Look at that, perfect.
Marion had Barnhart draped all over there at the beginning of that play, but able to create some separation over the middle of the field. Barnhart's 14th season, Blake Craze's 14th, Alex Dominguez's 18th, Sims 21st. A lot of veterans on the field tonight. Joshua Williams and Jason Williams in their 15th season. Josh Slapp picking up 5 yards. That is his 6th carry. He now has 30 yards.
I think tonight, a run like that is huge. The way these defenses are playing, you get 5 yards against them, you got to be happy.
Slapp has 30 yards, but Tino Sosa has 33. That pass is incomplete off the hands of Wall. Henry, the hybrid, in coverage.
Henry, the hybrid. Dad did say that. It hit Wall right in the hands, and he normally doesn't drop those. And after the game, there'll be a story reading by Cam, Henry the hybrid.
Well, he's a safety playing linebacker, so, I mean, it just makes...
At the time, there was a man named Henry the hybrid.
Jive, almost sacked. What a great block. Jive, extra time. Down the field and incomplete. Houston's secondary outstanding, but that saved Jive from getting clobbered in the backfield.
I know, that was great blocking there. I didn't, was that the fullback that did that block?
It wasn't Henry the hybrid, that's all I know.
It was not Henry the hybrid. There should be a song. We got to come up with a song, Henry the hybrid.
Oh, I know a songwriter. I'll work on it.
Oh, boy, here we go.
44-yard field goal for Albuquerque, drifting right, but that kick is good from Sammy Steele. And we have a 1-point game, 7:37 to go in the third, 14-13 Houston.
Cam, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to diminish your songwriting career. Please.
Oh, I don't think anything could stop that train.
You're off the rails tonight, my friend.
Yeah, well, you know what? I'm having a good time.
Well, good.
You make calling games fun.
Tell Mike that next time he does my review.
8 yards deep in the end zone. Sim takes a knee for a touchback. 7:36 to go in the third quarter. What do you want to see out of Houston's next possession? They went 3 and out on their first.
You know, I think they need to mix it up like they did. I mean, I think they know what they need to do. I mean, they don't want to push it too much. I mean, they're still leading the game only by 1, and they've been running it solidly, and some of those short, medium routes have been effective. So just stick with it.
Tino Sosa around the right side. First down, a monster gain. Not a single run of over 8 yards tonight for Houston until that run.
I think that's the first time we saw that run tonight, Cam.
He picked up 19.
That looked like a stretch. I don't know. Maybe it wasn't a stretch, but, you know, Eddie's going to correct me later. But, man, it was a nice run to the outside. Let's just say that.
He'll tell you what formation it was, what the play call was, what playbook it came from.
What he had for breakfast.
Yep. I was going to say what you had for breakfast. Very good, Charles. We're in sync tonight. Baloo Scott picks up 3.
That's why we do this, man.
That's why we do this. Hey, we're off next week, but in 2 weeks, we've got the Monday Night Spectacular of Week 7. D.C. hosts Baltimore. What a spicy matchup in the North.
I got to meet the D.C. owner. He's in the stats club tonight. I haven't talked to him in ages.
I can't wait to hear what you say about him.
He didn't know who I was, but I got to talk to him nonetheless.
Well, you knew who he was. He's a Hall of Famer. Lakeman back to pass. And there Sam comes down with a grab and one-on-one coverage down to the Albuquerque 25-yard line.
Sim has been Mr. Reliable tonight, and I mean, that's no surprise. And he's got his first touchdown of the season. He is Mr. Reliable for that quarterback, and they need that big time.
288 yards of offense now for Houston. DR Sim with 110 of those yards. First down into scoring position at the Albuquerque 26. Lakeman back to throw again. Throws to the sideline. That pass is caught by St. Green for a pickup of 4.
The Albuquerque defense has to do something to get some pressure on the quarterback. I don't think they've had any sacks yet this game. They need to figure out a way to start putting Lakeman on the ground.
Well, and early on in this game, Lakeman was getting pressured, and it was causing a lot of errant throws. Haven't really seen that much of that since the first couple of drives. Second down and 6. Handoff to Baloo. Scott will pick up 4. This is DR Sims' first 100-yard receiving game since August 9th, 2024. 1 year and 2 days ago.
But, you know, I'm not going to buy too much. Doesn't he have like 50 billion yards receiving?
Yeah, that's a good point. That's a good point. Close to 50 billion, 22,771 coming into
nice.
the night. That on third down is Baloo Scott. No, check that. Tino Sosa going backwards. Bryant James with a TFL. He's been Albuquerque's top defender tonight, forcing a 36-yard field goal.
He's got eyes in the front of his head and back of his head all night. He's been everywhere. That was a huge stop.
Sonny J missed a field goal earlier tonight. This would put Houston up by 4. This one, no problem. That kick is good. 5 minutes to go in the third quarter, a 7-play, 60-yard, 2-minute, 37-second drive. Houston's up 17-13.
You can't hate Houston on this drive. I mean, they walked away with some points, and in this type of slugfest, I mean, you walk away with 3. You got to be smiling. I mean, it's going to be a battle to the end.
It's got to feel a little frustrating for Houston that they have 150 more yards than Albuquerque, but they only lead by 4. But you know what? They'd probably take it if you told them they would be in this position before the game started. This is from the goal line. Clarence Lee on the return, breaking off a tackle. There goes Lee to the 34-yard line, setting up Albuquerque with decent field position. We want to call out the top tacklers tonight. Jason Peace leads the way for Houston with 6. Keenan Samuels leads all tacklers with 9.
I got to say, Clarence Lee on that return is the most patient returner I've ever seen in the SFL. I mean, he just gets that ball, looks all across the field, figures out where he's going to run, just very determined. And I would be running like, I had demons chasing me.
First down at the 34 for Albuquerque. Jive dropping a throw. Oh, wow. That, don't make me say it. Henry the hybrid with the deflection.
Henry the hybrid.
I hope Chris Henry's watching, man. I know that he's King Henry and all that stuff, but I want to know what he thinks of the name. Second down. 4:51 to go in the third quarter. Bringing a blitz off the left side, and Jive didn't see it. Mississippi dumps him in the river again.
Nice. That's 6 sacks so far for Mississippi, and he's having a heck of a game tonight. He is just killing it on defense.
Third down and 9. Albuquerque 2 of 8 on third downs in the ball game. Trips off the right side. Jive back to throw. 4-man rush. Jive running out of time. Fires down the field. Wide open. Clarence Lee to the 34-yard line. First down for Albuquerque. Lee's first catch of the game.
I was going to say, why are you running out of your blocking? You're running out of the pocket into the rush, and you manage to find Lee wide open downfield at the 34-yard line. Amazing.
Just the 6th first down of the night for Albuquerque, and finally the Adams able to get something moving down the field. Under 4 to play in the third quarter. Handoff to Josh Slapp, and again, Houston all over their former running back tonight, baptized in the river of One, Mississippi.
You're going to do those river references? All right, that's awesome. I'm just going to say Juan's killing it, okay? I got nothing.
Second and 10.
Baptized in the river.
Clarence Lee, 32-yard catch. That was the second longest play of the night. DR Sims, 33-yard catch was only better. Jive to Jack Wall. to a first down past the 17-yard line.
I like it that they're getting Wall involved. I mean, he's been targeted a bunch of times, a couple times hit him in the midst, but man, that was a huge catch by him, moving the change and keeping them alive here in the drive.
Yes, you got it, Brett. Very good. Charlotte, 1st and 10 at the Houston 23-yard line, under 3 to go in the third quarter. This is Justin Williams in motion. Looks like Chris Henry is manned up on him. Handoff, nothing again. What Houston has done to shut down Josh Slapp tonight, Charles, has been nothing short of a miracle.
He got caught in the current of the Mississippi and couldn't tread water.
Very nice. Josh Slapp, 360 rushing yards coming into the game. First in the SFL. He has 29 yards on 8 carries, and 21 of those came on a singular run. 2:20 to go in the third. 2nd and 11. Blitz from Houston. Jive down the field. Caught by Fenimore. He wants more down to the 2-yard line. First down.
What a catch. I'm telling you, Ivan's hanging in there. I mean, Mississippi's trying to do everything he can to disrupt the flow of this offense, but man, Jive's just delivering dot after dot.
Okay, Henry, that's a good compromise. King Hybrid. Make the shirts. There you go. We're good with it. We're all about compromise here, especially on the Monday Night Spectacular when I'm in charge. 1st and goal at the 2-yard line for Albuquerque. Jive going to throw. Jive looking for Jack Wall. It's incomplete. 2nd and goal.
I think he just had to get rid of that, and I think he purposely threw that low so it wouldn't be intercepted because he didn't have any options.
Well, they go to the ground here, the 1.5-yard line.
Have to, Cam. They have to go to the ground here.
I think that Slapp in the backfield.
I'm going to be wrong. They'll get a touchdown on a pass, but they got to run.
2nd and goal. Toss. Slapp. Nothing. Guy incognito. 3rd and goal.
Wow. All right. What can I say? I mean, you still got to run it. I mean, they've got some studs in the backfield.
Over 200 yards. They're going to throw. Jive. Looking. Tempted. Incomplete.
Oh, dear.
They tried to go to the wall. Got the window. 4th and goal.
I know they're going to go for the field goal here, Cam, but, man, part of you just hopes they would try and go for it here.
Just a chip shot 20-yarder from Sammy Steele. Suppose they could fake it. But this would make it a 1-point game with 1:25 to go in the third quarter. That kick from Steele is good. Wow, that was not okay. Wow. I am not okay. That was very close.
That's what you call left to right.
That looked like my golf swing. That was bad.
Yeah.
But Sammy Steele, 3 points is 3 points. 17-16. The wind obviously blowing from left to right in that direction. We've seen that throughout the night, and we've seen Sammy Steele at this direction just crush it out of the back of the end zone once again. Made a reverse field goal that time.
Hold on to your seats, man. This is going to be quite the game.
My, oh my. What a way to finish an epic Week 5. Houston 17, Albuquerque 16. Adams' undefeated home record hangs in the balance. Tino Sosa on a draw, getting nearly a first down.
That is a horrible spot, Cam. That is what you call, I'm sorry, that is a horrible spot. His whole body, the only thing that was behind the line were his toenails.
2nd and inches. Sim and Corky off the left side. They're going to run it that direction. This is Baloo Scott picking up a first down to the 31, wrapped up by Saeed Gore, who we have not mentioned as much tonight in his 8th season and first in Albuquerque.
Ooh. And oh my gosh. Running game has been successful so far here in the second half for Houston.
14th first down. Draw. Sosa. Sosa only picking up 1 in the second half. Houston 36 rushing yards to Albuquerque's 4.
So Leo Jefferson You don't see that very often. The runner got by him, and he was able to turn around with one hand and stop him and tackle him.
Impressive play by Jefferson there to force 2nd down and 9. They're going to run it again, and Baloo Scott is stuck at the line of scrimmage by Keenan Samuels to end the 3rd quarter.
Oh my gosh, that was a big hit. I didn't see him. He came out of nowhere to drive the hammer down there.
End of the 3rd quarter. We got a great one. Call your friends. Call your wife, your mom, your dog, whoever. 17-16. Houston leads Albuquerque by 1 as we start the 4th quarter of Week 5's Monday Night Spectacular. Alongside Charles Doherty, I'm Cameron Irvine, Jermaine Smith, Ron Haynes in the stats truck, Mike O'Neill and Tyler Falk back at VFN Studios, and they're going to have an epic wrap-up after tonight's game and a preview of Week 6. We have no doubts. Don't go anywhere. Greg Corky in motion. Empty backfield, 5 wide on a 3rd down play. Lakeman fires. It is incomplete. Corky got it knocked away. Daniel says, "Will you be my Valentine?" Rejected.
Oh my gosh, that was a great stand there by the Albuquerque Adams, and now they're getting the ball back here, and they've got to do something. I think Houston so far has got the momentum. Albuquerque's got to do something to take command.
They did just get the stop, and who knows, maybe that gets the offense fired up. They only need 1 drive at this point. Deep kick to the 20-yard line. The wind at the back of Houston in the face of, we got an injured player down. It's Al Ingram III for Houston at strong safety. That is a major loss. Chris Henry is the 2nd safety on the roster, so it'll be interesting to see what happens to the substitutions, Charles, because King Hybrid's been all over the field tonight.
Well, I mean, I think Henry is going to be okay. I mean, he's the higher rated between the two of them. I think where it's going to impact them, I think, is going to be on dime coverage.
1st and 10 of the 27. We'll have to watch out for that as Albuquerque has done most of their damage in the 2nd half through the air. They trail by 1 with 9:47 to go in the ball game. Jive under center, quick drop, and Jeff Walsh got a 1st down to the 45-yard line. Nobody covered him.
What a great play on 1st down. Quick drop, you just do a quick release to your tight end, just on a fly route. There you go. Move the chains.
Wall now leads the team in receptions tonight with 4, but on a team-high 10 targets for 45 yards. Jive 12 of 23, 168 yards, a touchdown, no picks tonight. Justin Williams, the fullback, playing all over the place in this offense. Jive to throw, heavy pressure from Houston, wide open Fenimore in a foot race, tackle from behind to the 36-yard line by Kai Cash, but not before Albuquerque gets a 1st down.
All right, so far they're looking stellar on this drive so far, Cam. That quick pass on 1st down, and now the pass there to Fenimore, just the defense of Houston has got it locked down and figure out a way to disrupt this momentum.
Oh, the internet cracks me up. I'm going to hold my tongue. 8:50 to go in the 4th quarter. 17-16, Houston on top of Albuquerque. Toss. That is Josh Slapp in the open field, and King Hybrid makes the tackle after a pickup of 2.5.
Yeah, I mean, these defenses are hitting, but I think so far I like the way Albuquerque's mixing it up on offense.
One of the best games of the season coming down to the wire. Albuquerque would be a 51-yard field goal from here. Got to think maybe just a little bit outside. The long for Sammy Steele this season is 49, and the wind is in his face. Jive's pass is overthrown and almost picked. Kai Cash could have forced the 1st turnover of the night. Instead, it's 3rd and 7.
I think that looked to me that might have been a bad route run, and I hate to say it because it might implicate Marion on that one, because it looked like Jive was trying to throw on the outside, and the receiver had not broken out of that route yet.
Trips right, Jive to throw, running to his right. Got to get rid of it. Now going to take off and run. It's a foot race, fight to the finish, and it's short.
Wow.
4th and inches, decision time for the Adams because a field goal puts them in the lead.
49 is the longest for Sammy Steele.
Oh, big challenge here. That timeout could loom large.
I don't think he made it.
On first glance, I don't think he did either. We'll go under the hood. Under the garment, as it were.
Oh, I was waiting for a garment reference.
Jive. We're going to get a good angle here.
Maybe. Oh, that's close. The ball, the tip of the ball. Maybe.
Either way they review this, or either way they call this, I think I'm okay with. They're going to overturn it. Albuquerque's going to win the challenge, and they are going to get the first down. We didn't have a great angle at it, Charles, but it did look like the tip of the football could have crossed the first down line. The refs must have had a different angle.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, that was when we looked at that second run of the replay, it definitely looked like it was close enough to overturn.
First down, Albuquerque, up to 253 yards of offense tonight. 7:48 to go in the fourth quarter. They're going to hand it off to Slap, and Slap is tackled by Mississippi.
No River reference? Come on now.
Hey, man, Josh Slap's going to be knocking back that moonshine after tonight. He's getting popped repeatedly.
That was great run coverage there by Houston. Blitz up the middle, just shut it down.
2nd and 8. Jive is sacked. Taken down by Anthony Stover. 3rd and long.
Oh my gosh! 2nd sack of the season. And he just did it was like a half step back behind the center, and he just launched his body to make that sack happen. Well done, Mr. Stover.
4 sacks for Houston, none for Albuquerque in the ball game. Now it's 3rd and 11 with 7 minutes to go in the fourth quarter. Trips left. Jive to throw. Jive fires incomplete. Now it's 4th down. They'll have to kick again.
Yeah. I mean, I was looking at the route. The play happened fast. I'll give you that, but it didn't look like there were any short routes there to at least give the quarterback a dump option, get closer for a field goal.
45-yarder for Steele on the right hash mark. Kicks have been drifting from left to right, but this way it's right to left, and it's missed. Sammy Steele missed another one off to the left side.
That didn't look good from the start.
Oh, my goodness. The home fans are stunned. I am stunned. 6:49 left, and Houston still has the lead.
Amazing.
First down to the 35-yard line for John Lakeman and the Headhunters. They will send Corky in motion. Down to 2 on the play clock. Blitz from Albuquerque. Lakeman a little panicked. Oh, it's caught by Greg Corky. Rips it away from TJ Frosty for a 9-yard pickup.
What a pass by Lakeman under pressure to get it right into the hands of Corky.
13-22 for 214 yards. Our stats crew is dominating tonight. Thank you, Jermaine and Ron. 2nd and 1. Handoff Sosa. Pushed it. Oh, my goodness gracious. You got to challenge that.
No way. That is crazy. They're not marking it that great tonight. I'm just saying.
Are they not going to challenge?
Yeah, they're up by 1. They're probably just saving their timeouts.
Oh, man, playing with fire. 3rd down and 1. 6 minutes to go. Handoff, Scott.
No! Oh my gosh. Ow.
This is
a couple of my teeth fell out on that one.
This is painful for all of us producing the game, and we're not even playing. Wow, Albuquerque gets a huge break there at the 16-yard line. Fenimore on a return. Fenimore gets launched backwards. What a hit.
He hits tonight, Cam, all around. Holy smokes. And he's a patient runner, though. I said it before. Look, he knows where he's going to go, and he's sticking to it.
Bernardo Harris. Somebody get that man a contract. Oh, my goodness.
All right, let's see what you got, Mr. Jive.
5:28 to go in the fourth. Jive's top target is Jack Wall with 4 catches. Marion only has 3. That's Wall. First down. And King Hybrid makes the tackle, but not before the move of the chains.
That play's killing it. That quick pass to Jack Wall. And they're no linebackers covering him. He just passed them right into the gap.
They've hit it a couple of times, but to be fair, Tino Sosa's had about 12 draws on first down tonight, so you can't really say they're hitting it too much. First down, 5 minutes to go with the fourth. Jive back to throw, throws an out route, and Kay Marion cannot get her mitts on it. It was too far out ahead of her.
Oh, man, that's unfortunate. The wide receiver was open for that.
Under 5 to play. Any play at this point. It feels like, Charles, momentum is 50-50, dead even.
It's like it's balanced on the head of a pin.
Who's going to make the next play? Jive, dropping a throw, over to the right, going to take off and a run, and sacked at the line of scrimmage. Cash money, 3rd and 8.
I mean, I'm never wild about a quarterback that runs out of protection, running backwards. If you're going to make that decision, go forward. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Ran out.
Jive sacked 5 times tonight. Feeling the pressure. 3rd down and 8. They're 3 of 11 on 3rd down. Slap is going to go all the way in motion to the bottom of your screen. Jive to throw against a 4-man rush. Pocket holds up. Jive deep down the field. Double coverage. Kay Marion, first down.
Oh, that's just showing off. He had another wide receiver wide open and just said, hey, let me just throw it between the bookend coverage and make the first down in the highlight package. That was a huge pass.
Every catch ends with K. Look at that bullet from Cyrus Jive.
That was amazing.
2 in the backfield, under 4 to go in the fourth quarter. Albuquerque now at the Houston 34. Sammy Steele and Sonny J have both missed kicks in this game. Slap breaking off a tackle. Incognito makes the stop after a pickup of 2.
I tell you what, that Houston defense is not going to let them get big runs. They've really rised up here in the second half. Rose up.
Slap 33 yards on 11 carries tonight. Also has 13 receiving yards. Handoff. Jason Williams picking up a few more. 3rd and 5, but this is critical, Charles, because they are so close to field goal range, but Sammy Steele just missed from 45. If you throw, you risk a sack. It'd be a 46-yard field goal from here.
I mean, I think this is definitely 4-down territory. You don't want to kick it this far out.
3rd and 5. Jive fires, caught by Fenimore at the 19-yard line, under 3 to play.
And Jive is a magician the second half. That was an incredible pass.
Wow.
Look at that coverage. Holy smokes. This Henry was about ready to drop the wood on him, and he was able to get that ball in and catch.
16 of 30, 238 yards, but most importantly for Jive, I'm not even going to say it. She can't blame it on me. 313 to 311 now in total yards. First down, 2.5 to go. Jive back to throw, dumps it off the Slap. Slap inside the 15, down to the 10. John Slap down to the 7-yard line against his former team. 1st and goal.
Holy smokes, what a play. We didn't see that all half. Just at the right time. They were waiting for the run, had a tight formation lined up on offense, and just swung it out and got that first down. That was a smart play call by the offensive coordinator.
First down, goal to go for Albuquerque. They get the play off before the 2-minute warning. Jive, looking for someone to throw to, and Fenimore cannot make the catch. Kai Cash in tight coverage again. We have hit the 2-minute warning. Houston 17, Albuquerque 16 in one of the best games you'll see all season. Don't go anywhere. 94 of you watching. Charles Doherty, Cameron Irvine, Jermaine Smith, Ron Haynes in the stats truck for week number 5. Here we go, says Ron. From the 7.5. Albuquerque hands it off. Josh Slapp pushing ahead. Jason Peace on the tackle, 3rd and goal. Houston is going to save their timeouts because Albuquerque is already at 3rd down.
I don't hate that. I would just run it to field goal position. You know what I mean? You don't. The worst thing to do is throw an INT.
Empty. Jive. End zone. And Wall cannot come up with it again. Stops the clock with 1:33.
My heart skipped a beat on that one, kid. Went to the well a lot with Jack Wall on that straight route off on that quick snap, and man, holy smokes. Let's see if Steele. I'm not gonna say it.
From 20 yards out, it was a little dangerous. Sammy Steele from 23 yards to give Albuquerque the lead. Whoa! Gosh, that kick is good. I thought it was going left.
Did you see what I saw?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Oh man. Albuquerque may have just preserved their 15-game home winning streak. They have never lost in this building. Houston has an opportunity right here, right now. Greg Corky on the return and is cut down at the 24-yard line. 1:26 left. Houston has all 3 timeouts.
Let's see what they got. I mean, they've got the horses with St. Green and Sim and Corky and Peace. Let's see what Lakeman can do. If he can dial up a win here late in the game.
Lakeman tonight under pressure has had some trouble, but has not been pressured very often. They're going to hand it off to Tino Sosa. Houston's trying to be the last team to score in this game. A risky proposition, Charles, given the kicking issues tonight.
Oh, definitely. I mean, that run is a little questionable, and now they're lining up in a power.
They might do it again. Toss. Baloo Scott, first down to the 39-yard line. Charles, in this situation, I would not expect Houston to go up tempo until about 30 seconds left. I know nobody wants to hear that. I'm just trying to set the stage. Dangerous game here.
It just needs to be a little more sense of urgency as far as getting up to the line. A feel for what the defense is going to show you.
45 seconds left. Handoff. Sosa got 2 more. And timeout Houston now. We will see them go up tempo. They wanted to burn a little bit of time off the clock just to make sure that Albuquerque did not have an opportunity to get the football back. Mark Lopez, $10 super chat. I would like to send well wishes to everyone headed to the emergency room of the Heart Clinic after this game. You're included, Eddie.
And do they have 1 timeout left?
2 timeouts for Houston.
All right, here we go.
3 at the bottom of the screen, short side. This is Lakeman dropping a throw. Lakeman fires down the field.
Unbelievable catch.
With you. First down, 30 seconds left.
Oh my God, that was huge. Easy Piece with the huge catch in the game, keeping them alive.
Still not in field goal range. 19 seconds left. 5 wide. Lakeman gotta go. Lakeman fires, caught by Sim. Gotta call a timeout here, and they do. 11 seconds left. 1 more catch would put him into field goal range and give Jay the opportunity to win the game.
Wow.
It doesn't get better than this.
Lakeman's killing it on this drive. Let's see if he can keep it up.
Lakeman's probably got to get this to the 30. Lakeman fires. Pace is hit at the 34. Timeout. Houston's going to have to kick a 51-yarder.
They have the wind with them, do they not?
They do, and this is for $500,000 for Sonny J, and a win for Houston, and the top record in the South, and to knock Albuquerque off of their undefeated home winning streak from 51 yards. Sonny J! Houston takes a 1-point lead.
Oh my gosh. Oh. What a drive. I mean, that was a kick as well to end it. I mean, Lakeman did a heck of a drive there late in the game to put them in scoring position. Oh my God. Oh, I need deep breaths.
They played it perfectly, Charles. They left Albuquerque almost nothing. But the kick goes deep. Oh, they're going to bring it out. Kyle Fenimore trying to be the hero. Gets it out past the 20. He is tackled. The streak is over, and Houston pulls the upset.
Wow. What a great game by Houston. Great game overall, but massive props to Houston to win this one on the road. I mean, they had a great game plan, both sides of the ball. This is one of the best games I think I've seen in the SFL.
As exciting as it gets, Sonny J makes a 51-yarder for a night full of questionable kicks and wild plays. Wow, they pulled it off. Tyler Falk and Mike O'Neill will give their reactions, plus a preview of Week 6. If you liked what you saw in Week 5, obviously Albuquerque did not, but they played a heck of a game. Charles, who's your player of the game?
I got two. Obviously, John Lakeman, man, he was the general out there on the field. Executed it perfectly. 2 touchdowns, no interceptions, 64 completion percentage. And then on defense, the River, Mississippi, man, 2 sacks, 6 tackles, all over the place. I mean, great playing on both sides of the ball.
4 TFLs as well for one. He gets it from me. Houston 20, Albuquerque 19. Postgame is coming up next. Do not go anywhere. We start in 60 seconds.
In Albuquerque, Sonny J walks it off for the Houston Headhunters after missing a chip shot field goal early in the game. Damon Simeon and the rest of the coaching staff in Houston and the fans trust their kicker one more time to go 20-19 to knock off Albuquerque, giving them their first loss at home as a franchise. Mike O'Neill, what a game, what a way to end it.
Unbelievable. Yeah, Tyler, it was unbelievable. This is one of the best games I've seen in so long. First off, I mean, let's start with the quarterbacks, right? Both quarterbacks played clean games, Lakeman and Jive. Neither one of them threw a pick, right? Lakeman finished with 64% completion, Jive 51, but still both throwing pretty effectively through the air. We talk about getting productions even lower on the depth chart, like from players like Toby Bonnets, right, who had a touchdown early on in the game, who there were a lot of eyes on him coming into this season, and he performed tonight. DR Sim kept, finding open shots downfield, holding on to the ones that were thrown his way. Ultimately, just a great game. A really, really back and forth game. It felt like, at one point, Cam said, it felt like there is no momentum. It felt like it was perfectly evenly matched, and I don't know if Cam could have put that any better. That's what it felt like the entire game.
Hats off to that Albuquerque defense as well. We were talking just here in studio that coming into that final drive, the Albuquerque defense did not give up a single third down. Houston was 0 for 5 on third down, and their production had significantly decreased, averaging only 4.5 yards a carry compared to over 6 yards in the first half. This defense for Albuquerque is no joke, and that's why this game was tight, Mike. The Adams, they played their hearts out tonight. They showed the SFL Nation again why they're so tough to be at home and why Houston's win means so much to the headhunters into the SFL.
Absolutely. And this is a massive game for Houston. I can only imagine what they're feeling right now. The way they executed that last drive to go downfield, leaving 2 seconds on the clock for Albuquerque, just unbelievable. That was, it was a heck of a game. Hats off to both teams because, like you said, Albuquerque really played their tails off. I mean, it was a great game plan overall. Houston just, I really think it came down to who had the ball last, Tyler.
Absolutely. And so while the curtain comes down on week 5, we now transition into our next week, week 6, games on Saturday and Sunday. Let's talk about those games here, Mike. Usually this is me and Curtis doing. I feel a little bit out of sorts here. I get to lead the way. So, Mike, got 4 games on Saturday, and let's go ahead. Which game are you watching on Saturday besides, well, your team?
Yeah, of course. Well, my eyes are locked in to the 6:45 game. Charleston traveling into DC to take on the Dragons, undefeated, right? Charleston sitting at 2-2 right now on the season, but look, this is a Charleston team that can turn it on. We know what Yale Montana can do. We've seen a breakout performance from Yale once this season, and the question is, can they do it against an undefeated DC team? That's what's going to be interesting. I want to see how Charleston goes into this DC team or into this DC stadium, game planning against this DC defense that has been elite. I don't think there's any other word for it through the first 4 games of the season. I'm interested to watch that for sure on Saturday.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm actually going to pivot and say that I'm going to be watching your team play. I'm going to be watching Chicago and Detroit. That game going on later in the evening. That game kicking off at 9:15 p.m. Eastern, Central and North clash. Detroit, your standout team, a very good transition from season 24 with Indianapolis, now with Detroit doing a really good job at 3-1. Chicago coming off a win this week against Bossier City, moving into 2-2. They have not won a road game this season. This would be a good time to do so against the upstart Detroit Maulers. And for Detroit, how do you contain type attack, the always dangerous, ever elusive mobile quarterback? Other games going on Saturday. Another game that, we could easily pick, and probably Chris Curtis's pick if he was here, would probably be Arizona versus the Houston Hunters, who just knocked off the Albuquerque Adams here tonight. Houston 3-1 in control of the Tex-Mex South Division. Arizona in the West and having a pretty decent season. That's another good game to watch. Also, another game going on in the 9 o'clock hour. That would be Florida against Lexington. Another game to watch there. Moving on to Sunday, Final 4 slate of games here for week 6. We've got a couple of them. Mike, what's your pick?
Yeah, Sunday, I've got to go with Washington going into Fort Worth, right? I know that I said that Washington being where they're at right now was one of my surprises, but I think this is the game that Washington turns it around. Fort Worth just had a dominant performance their past game, and I really think that Fort Worth is a great team, but I think Washington has reached that point now where they're digging deep into the playbook. They're digging deep into everything, and they're going to start to find those pieces and bring those players out the way that they did last season. I think this is the turnaround game for Washington.
And speaking of turnarounds, Baltimore is going to be taking on Albuquerque, and maybe a couple big turnarounds. Baltimore getting their first win of the season against Carolina, a very sluggish Carolina, if I do say so myself, this season, taking on the Albuquerque Adams. Of course, just lost here tonight in spectacular fashion. How do they respond and come back into the fold here against a Baltimore team who's really looking to try and keep pace with DC? Now 3 games, 2.5 games, if we do want to do the maths, in front of Baltimore. Maybe a spot that Baltimore has not seen for quite some time. This will be a really good game to watch. Other games going on: Mexico City versus Bossier City, a South Division clash there, and then Oklahoma City taking on Pittsburgh. And that is it for the Monday Night Spectacular here tonight. Thank you to Mike O'Neill for jumping in place of Chris Curtis. Thank you to Cameron Irvine, Charles Doherty, the whole rest of the Monday Night Spectacular crew. And for all of us here at InVFN, I've been Tyler Falk. We'll catch you next time. Good morning, good afternoon, and good night.